He was poor, he was lonely, and in his lifetime he sold just one painting. Yet today the world calls him a genius. This is the story of Vincent van Gogh, the man who painted beauty while living in chaos. Vincent Willem van Gogh was born in 1853 in the small Dutch village of Zundert. He was the son of a Protestant minister, raised in a strict and quiet household. From the beginning, people described him as serious, intense, a boy who felt too much. He tried many paths before finding painting. He worked in an art dealership in London, taught at a boarding school, and even trained as a preacher. But nothing ever fit. Vincent wanted to serve God, yet he could not find him in the pulpit. So he decided to search for him on canvas. In his early letters to his brother Theo, the only person who truly understood him, Vincent wrote, "I want to give men who are weary and overburdened rest through my paintings." That was his mission, to ease the human heart through color. When Vincent began painting seriously in his late 20s, he was broke. He lived in small rooms with cracked walls and broken windows, often surviving on coffee, bread, and tobacco. He studied the faces of peasants, the roughness of their hands, the tired light in their eyes. His first masterpiece, The Potato Eaters, is not beautiful. It's brutal, dirty hands, dim lamplight, quiet suffering. It was the world as he saw it, honest and raw, but critics hated it. They called it ugly, clumsy, amateurish. Vincent didn't care. He believed that truth mattered more than beauty. And still, he kept writing to Theo. One must work long and hard to reach simplicity. Painting became his religion. He painted with urgency, like a man racing against an invisible clock. He could finish an entire canvas in a single day. His brush moved as if it was chasing something. Perhaps peace, perhaps madness. In 1888, Van Gogh moved south to Arles, in the south of France. He called it the Land of Light. Here, his art exploded with color. The sunflowers, the yellow house, the landscapes burning with gold and blue. He dreamed of creating an artist colony, a place where creative people could live and paint together. He invited Paul Gauguin, another painter, to join him. For a short while the dream seemed real. Two geniuses under one roof, talking, drinking, painting, late into the night. But both men had volatile tempers. Gauguin was proud. Van Gogh was desperate for understanding. Their friendship turned into a storm. One December evening, after an argument, Vincent lost control. He took a razor and in a moment of unbearable despair, he cut off part of his own ear. He wrapped it in cloth and delivered it to a woman at a local brothel, asking her to keep it safe. The news spread quickly. People whispered that the crazy red-haired painter had finally lost his mind. After the incident, Vincent was admitted to an asylum in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence. He painted inside the hospital gardens, surrounded by olive trees and iron bars. His days were filled with seizures, hallucinations, and long periods of silence. But during that darkness, something miraculous happened. He created the starry night. From his window, he saw the moon and the cypress trees twisting in the wind. He turned them into a storm of color. The sky swirling like his thoughts, the stars burning like his soul. Art historians say it was his vision of hope, a universe alive and in motion, even when the world felt still. Vincent himself wrote to Theo, "Looking at the stars always makes me dream. Why, I ask myself, shouldn't the shining dots of the sky be as accessible as the black dots on the map of France?" For him, painting was not escape. It was transformation, turning pain into light. In 1890, Vincent left the asylum and moved to Auvers-sur-Oise, near Paris. He was finally free, or so it seemed. He painted furiously. Wheatfield, with crows, portrait of Dr. Gachet, the church at Auvers, more than 70 paintings in just 70 days. But behind the energy was despair. He worried about money, about Theo's health, about being a burden. In July of that year, he walked into a field with a revolver. A gunshot echoed across the wheat. 2 days later, he died in his brother's arms. His last words were, "The sadness will last forever." Theo died 6 months later. They now rest side by side in a quiet cemetery in Auvers, two brothers who shared a dream the world never saw while they were alive. Van Gogh's paintings were ignored, mocked, forgotten. But time has a strange way of rewriting stories. After his death, Theo's widow preserved every letter, every sketch, every canvas. Slowly the world began to see what Vincent had tried to show all along, that beauty is not perfection, but emotion. Today his art fills museums, postcards, and screensavers, but the man behind them remains a mystery. Was he a genius who went mad, or a madman who saw the world more clearly than anyone else? Vincent once said, "I dream of painting, and then I paint my dream." Maybe that's all he ever wanted. To leave behind proof that he was here, that he felt, that he burned brightly, even if only for a moment. He taught us that sometimes the brightest art is born from the darkest nights. Vincent van Gogh did not paint what he saw, he painted what it felt like to be alive.